4 signs you're practicing self-compassion. Self-compassion is the art of treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and forgiveness you'd offer a dear friend. It's about embracing your humanity, acknowledging your struggles, and nurturing your well-being without judgment. In a world that often pushes perfectionism and self-criticism, practicing self-compassion is a transformative act of courage that fosters resilience, inner peace, and personal growth. Whether you're navigating challenges at work, school, or in relationships, self-compassion empowers you to face life's ups and downs with grace. But how do you know if you're truly cultivating this vital skill? In this article, we're exploring 4 signs that you're practicing self-compassion, grounded in research from psychologist Kristin Neff and studies in positive psychology. These signs are clear, evidence-based indicators that you're building a kinder relationship with yourself. By the end, you'll recognize these traits in your life, understand their importance, and feel inspired to deepen your self-compassion. Stay with us, because you might be more compassionate toward yourself than you think, and these insights could light the way to a more fulfilling life. Let's dive in. Sign 1. You forgive yourself for mistakes. One of the most powerful signs you're practicing self-compassion is that you're learning to forgive yourself for mistakes. Instead of dwelling on errors or punishing yourself with guilt, you acknowledge your missteps, learn from them, and move forward with kindness. Consider 2 students, Mia and Ethan, both 20 years old, who failed a recent exam. Mia feels disappointed but reminds herself that one test doesn't define her. She reviews her mistakes, seeks help, and focuses on the next opportunity. Ethan, however, spirals into self-blame, calling himself a failure and avoiding study sessions. He doesn't realize that his harsh self-judgment is holding him back, while Mia's self-forgiveness is a hallmark of self-compassion. Kristin Neff, in her book Self-Compassion, The Proven Power of Being Kind to Yourself, explains that self-forgiveness is a core component of self-compassion, allowing you to treat mistakes as part of being human. A study in Journal of Positive Psychology, 2020, found that individuals who forgive themselves for errors report 25% lower levels of stress and higher resilience, as they avoid the trap of self-punishment. Clinging to guilt, conversely, fuels anxiety and stalls growth. The good news? You can practice self-forgiveness today. When you make a mistake, like missing a deadline or saying something you regret, pause and say, "I'm human and I'm learning." Write down one lesson from the error and let go of the rest. Reflect now. When was the last time you made a mistake? Did you forgive yourself or hold on to guilt? Forgiving one error today could nurture your self-compassion tomorrow. Sign 2. You speak to yourself kindly. If you're speaking to yourself with kindness, using gentle, supportive words instead of harsh criticism, you're showing a clear sign of self-compassion. Your inner dialogue shapes how you feel, and choosing compassionate self-talk reflects a growing acceptance of yourself. Imagine 2 co-workers, Ava and Noah, both 28 years old, facing a tough work presentation. Ava feels nervous but tells herself, "You're doing your best, and that's enough." She stays calm and performs well. Noah, however, berates himself, thinking, "You're going to mess this up like always," which shakes his confidence. He doesn't see that his negative self-talk is undermining him, while Ava's kind words are a sign of self-compassion. A study in Emotion, 2021, found that positive self-talk increases self-esteem and reduces anxiety by 20%, as it fosters a supportive inner environment. Kristin Neff's research highlights that kind self-talk, a pillar of self-compassion, helps you navigate challenges with encouragement rather than judgment. Harsh self-criticism, on the other hand, triggers stress and erodes confidence. The good news is that you can shift your self-talk today. Next time you face a challenge, notice your inner voice. If it's critical, reframe it as you would for a friend. Instead of, "I'm terrible at this," try, "I'm learning, and I'll get better." Practice daily affirmations, like, "I'm worthy of kindness." Check your self-talk now. What did you say to yourself today? Was it kind or critical? Speaking one kind word to yourself today could deepen your self-compassion tomorrow. If you're finding this article inspiring, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss more insights on personal growth. Let's keep going. Sign 3. You prioritize your mental health. Another strong sign you're practicing self-compassion is that you're prioritizing your mental health, making time for rest, reflection, or activities that nurture your well-being. By valuing your emotional needs, you're showing yourself the care you deserve. Picture two teachers, Sophia and Lucas, both 30 years old, managing busy schedules. Sophia sets boundaries, taking 15 minutes daily to meditate and declining extra tasks when overwhelmed. She feels balanced and energized. Lucas, however, pushes through exhaustion, skipping breaks and saying yes to everything, leaving him burned out. He doesn't realize that neglecting his mental health is draining him, while Sophia's prioritization is a sign of self-compassion. Research in Journal of Happiness Studies, 2020, shows that prioritizing mental health, through practices like mindfulness or rest, boosts emotional resilience by 30%, as it replenishes your capacity to cope. The American Psychological Association notes that self-compassion involves recognizing when you need care and taking action, much like you would for someone you love. Ignoring mental health, conversely, leads to stress and diminished well-being. The good news? You can prioritize your mental health today. Schedule one small act of self-care, like a 10-minute walk, journaling, or saying no to an unnecessary commitment. Set a boundary, such as turning off work emails after 7 p.m. Reflect now. When was the last time you made time for your mental health? Did it recharge you? Taking one step for your well-being today could strengthen your self-compassion tomorrow. Sign 4. You accept your flaws without shame. If you're accepting your flaws without shame, acknowledging your imperfections as part of being human, you're demonstrating a profound sign of self-compassion. This means embracing who you are, quirks and all, without feeling less worthy or hiding parts of yourself. Consider two artists, Chloe and Oliver, both 25 years old, sharing their work online. Chloe knows her style isn't perfect but posts anyway, seeing her flaws as part of her unique journey. She feels free and creative. Oliver, however, obsesses over his imperfections, refusing to share his art out of shame. He doesn't see that his self-judgment is stifling him, while Chloe's acceptance is a sign of self-compassion. A study in Self and Identity, 2021, found that accepting flaws without shame increases life satisfaction by 25%, as it fosters self-worth and reduces self-criticism. Kristin Neff's research emphasizes that self-compassion involves embracing your humanity, including imperfections, rather than tying your value to being flawless. Shame, on the other hand, fuels insecurity and isolation. The good news is that you can practice accepting your flaws today. Identify one perceived flaw, like being shy or disorganized, and reframe it. This is part of me, and I'm still worthy. Share it with a trusted friend to normalize it. Reflect now. Do you accept your flaws, or feel ashamed? Embracing one imperfection today could build your self-compassion tomorrow. If you found this article motivating, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here, and consider subscribing for more tips on personal growth. Your support keeps us going. Conclusion. Now that you know these 4 signs, you forgive yourself for mistakes, speak to yourself kindly, prioritize your mental health, and accept your flaws without shame. Reflect on your own journey of self-compassion. Are you seeing these signs in your life, or are there areas to nurture? Practicing self-compassion isn't about being soft or indulgent. It's about building the strength to face life's challenges with kindness and resilience. Every mistake you forgive, kind word you speak, moment you prioritize yourself, and flaw you embrace is proof you're cultivating a deeper, more compassionate relationship with yourself. Don't wait for a perfect day to be kind to yourself. Start now. Forgive one mistake, reframe a critical thought, schedule a self-care moment, or accept one flaw. Self-compassion is like a warm embrace. The more you practice it, the more it transforms your life. Keep going, because you deserve your own kindness, and your growth is lighting the way to a brighter future.